Reboo857 here, and one game that was definitely a bright spot for me in 2020 would have to be Battletoads Reboot for the Xbox One. When me and the rest of the guys from Level 857 saw the very first trailer, we weren't really on board with the art style, and we had some doubts about the game, but boy were we wrong. And we changed our opinions once we fired that game up. We had a lot of fun with it. We were laughing from beginning to end. It's definitely the best Battletoads game. It plays amazing. The combos, everything is tight. But that script, the humor, and just the personality and the story, the way it all came together, Delilah Studios did an excellent job. Can't wait for the sequel, but Battletoads.
My favorite gaming memory for 2020 was playing an oldie but a goodie, Red Dead Redemption 2. I tried to get into this game many times in the past, but found the controls clunky and the gameplay slow. This autumn though, when I was feeling really trapped in the city, the game allowed me to experience the wilderness. Fishing, hunting, camping, and exploring. It's been a great ride, and I've managed to become a decent gunslinger. Falling in love with RDR2, my favorite gaming memory of 2020.
Hey everybody, Andrea Rene here for What's Good Games. Looking back at 2020, the one game that really helped me get through this year and deal with all of the pressures that we all were dealing with was Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I have never played Animal Crossing before and wasn't really interested, but I had a friend who really encouraged me to play, and boy was I surprised when I just fell in love with this game. It became my comfort food, the thing that I would go to when I needed an escape, when I needed to not think about all the stresses happening in the world. I would boot up my Nintendo Switch and start planting more flowers or talking to my villagers, or I would head to Nookazon to get all the items I was looking for. The decorating and the soothing aspect of that really helped me find a place where I could decompress in this crazy year in a way that I never thought possible. And here I am enjoying the holiday event, Toy Day on the horizon, and over 600 hours into Animal Crossing, and I never would have saw that coming. So if you have yet to try Animal Crossing New Horizon, I cannot recommend it enough as a game that is going to be a really fun thing to have around the holidays when you're sitting by the fire, drinking your hot cocoa, and just need that comfort food game.
One of the most memorable gaming experiences I've had this year was playing Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remastered. Most of the original soundtrack is in the game, and I feel like I'm 12 again. It's amazing. That original soundtrack introduced me to all kinds of new genres. It really brought me back to playing it for the first time on the Dreamcast and sitting next to my mom, showing off all the special moves I could do. And I gotta say thank you to Activision and Vicarious Visions for this beautiful trip down memory lane and also making the games accessible to a brand new generation.
Got this note from Gervais Branch Allen. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake this year as my first Final Fantasy after getting swept up by all the hype. At the beginning of the game, when Cloud is approached by two Shinra guards, I slash them with my Buster Sword. The rapid slashes of the blade and the extraordinary rendition of Let the Battles Begin made me feel so powerful. I was blown away. What an introduction to this series.
Hey everyone, Michael Huber here from Easy Allies. One of my favorite moments of 2020 has to be the revival of Streets of Rage. This is one of my favorite series ever, and it had been gone for decades. And I just have such fond memories of playing in my living room with my friends, my brother. So the fact that this series came back and how good it ended up being was an absolute win for 2020.
Two of the games that helped me get through all the craziness this year were Animal Crossing and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Normally I'm a bigger fan of the darker, grittier kind of games, but this year the lighthearted stuff stuck out. And it was fun to watch my girlfriend sink hours on end and getting lost in the world of Animal Crossing when that first came out. And when Spider-Man Miles Morales came out, her and I played through about the first 2 or 3 hours of the game together. And it was fun to experience it for the first time with somebody else, because I didn't really have that with the last game. It was just me playing on my own. So it was neat to have someone to laugh at the game with, well, through all the funny moments like J. Jonah Jameson dressed up as Santa Claus, freaking out about Spider-Man. And it was cool to just get lost in that world together with somebody else.
2020 has been an incredibly difficult year for everyone. It's just one of those years that's unprecedented in history. Games have been a big part of my life forever and really meaningful to me. I think, I can't say enough about how great the Insomniac Games team is, and they did one of the kindest, most thoughtful things this year while we were developing Marvel's Spider-Man's Miles Morales. We needed to put up some holiday decorations and throughout this, the city, and I jokingly said I'd love to see a dog in a Christmas sweater, and so one of the kind folks over at PlayStation, Joe, he sent in a photo of my dog Griffey here to the Insomniac team, and they decided to muralize it, and they put it in game. And you actually can find Griffey's mural on a building in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is just amazing and thoughtful and kind. And I can't say enough words about it. It really helped me get through 2020, and it's going to be a great lasting memory for years to come.